The Ring Fanatics Podcast, episode number 84. I am Nick, your host. With me, as always, my co-host, Joel, right next to
What's
me.
good? Did you forget my
My
name real
camera's
quick?
inverted, so I think I gotta point this way to my
Oh,
left,
okay.
point right. So I
What's
was like,
good?
but anyways, episode 84, The Ring Fanatics. Go subscribe to us on YouTube if you're not subscribed to us there yet, and
Yes,
follow us on
sir.
all our social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere we could be found. Um, we did. I earlier the day before this episode was released, I did announce that Gina will be coming back to the podcast. She'll be coming back next episode we do, but she is coming back now, and she'll be on next week. And she'll be back for permanently after that. For in the meantime after that, but she will be back. So yeah, she's coming back, and SummerSlam was this past Saturday night. Um, you were on vacation, but you saw it recently. You saw it
Yes,
after
I did.
Saturday,
Yeah, of course.
and we're
Of
gonna
course.
talk
Even
about
though it was spoiled for me, but I still watched it.
yeah.
Had to see what the matches were looking like.
How,
Fresh in
what
my
were your thoughts
mind.
on
I
that?
actually just
Especially in your
watched
mind.
it today.
Yeah, the day
Just
we
watched
recorded.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? What are your overall thoughts on it? Let me get your thoughts.
Good pay-per-view. Good pay-per-view. Maybe great pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But I say good because it was overhyped for me before I watched it. My expectations were higher than usual. You know what I mean? Like the way people were talking about SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Um, they were like, "Oh, they treated it like a Mania. It was a
Yeah.
Mania status pay-per-view." Da 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 da. I was like, "Oh, can't wait to watch these matches."
Yeah.
Good. Could have been great if I didn't like get my hopes high.
Yeah.
But
Should
good
have watched it.
pay-per-view.
That's why I always love watching pay-per-views live as opposed to a few days later. So
Yeah.
like if I get
Oh, I
spoiled,
wish
I'll
I could
just
have watched it
yeah.
live. I wish.
Yeah.
But I guess in Mexico there's no Peacock, so yeah. That
You
shit
couldn't
just
get it
said
there.
error. That
You
shit
couldn't
said
act.
error.
Is it error?
Yeah, so I guess they don't have it.
What did you use?
Peacock. I was trying
No,
to
like
watch Peacock.
like were you watching on, like a Roku? What did you like on their
Oh,
TV?
now no, I was trying to watch on my phone.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, and it's just said error, error, error. And every time I would try to watch on like illegally, it would say error, error, error. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll watch it when I get back.
Get off the internet
For,
for a few days and then
forgot to turn off my notifications and one after the other. And then I decided to go on Twitter and look up the hashtag. And everybody was like, "Oh, this is fucking great. The new era has begun."
I I
Da da
I
da
think
da
I
da.
forgot you were in Mexico. I thought you were watching it live. So I think I texted you during it saying spoilers too. So
Which
part of it was my fault too. I was
no,
like, wait.
but it already had came up on Bleacher Report. I forgot to
Ah,
shut it
okay.
off. And once the first one came in,
The big one. Yeah.
I said, fuck it. Because I got it and I was like, I put my phone down. And in the bar that we were at, because we were like in the hotel bar, they were giving the UFC fight. I said, fuck it, I'll just watch this. And then like a couple minutes, like maybe till like 2 minutes later, my phone vibrates. I look up, I look at it, and it was you. I was like, you must be hyped. Dakota Kai is back. I
Yeah.
was like, oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I am hyped.
Yeah,
But
I thought about you. I was like, wait, he must be hyped right now because
I was
you talked about her.
what?
Yeah.
I was so fucking hyped when I read that. I was like, let's go. First, because it came in like Bailey, Dakota Kai. And then it was like, oh, Bailey starts a faction. And Io Sky. Even though on her fucking the Titantron it says Io Shirai.
It did.
So
It
like,
did, right?
yeah, I was confused. But Corey Graves, was it Corey Graves at the moment? I think it
Because
was Graves that
they
kept
kept
on
on
saying,
just saying
it's Io
EO.
Sky, Io
Yeah.
Sky. And I was like, Titantron clearly
It says
says
EOS.
Io
Yeah.
Shirai. Like, no one thought, hey, you know what? Let me just type in. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I do a little bit of editing. it wasn't a complex video that was in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, could just
I understand. Yeah, it was kind of
guy.
like
You know
it
what I
was
mean? Like
confusing too
backspace.
because I didn't know they changed her name. I wasn't even listening to the commentary.
Oh, okay.
I saw, I was like, I saw Io show. I was like, oh, she's back. Then
Yeah.
afterwards, it was like, I saw the WWE social media. It was
When I
like,
got the alert, it
yeah,
said Sky, and I was like,
is that somebody else or is that like,
okay,
yeah? But
okay,
it's the thing is though that I'm not mad at the name change,
no,
but
I
because they kept her the
well,
same way. Same with Dakota Kai.
yeah, well, it's the same person.
It's the
It's
same
still
gimmick.
EO. You're still gonna call it EO. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? We're not out here calling people by their full name anyway. But
yeah.
you rather call them by their first. WWE's backwards, like, no, we're gonna call them by their last. Fuck it.
It's get
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't
It's
worry, she'll be Kai in a couple weeks. We'll
she.
see what
Oh no, I
happens.
don't think so. Don't
Kai.
jinx that. Don't jinx that. I'm not gonna come back to this and be like, oh, Kai is in the ring.
It's
No, I'm not
Bailey,
gonna come.
Kai, and Shara and Sky.
It's Kai.
Kai, Sky, and Bailey. That's that kind. I'm not gonna lie, kind of fire.
Kai
But
Sky
would
and
be tight. Would be tight if they
I
changed her
would
name.
I would.
But yeah. But that's what happened with me. I got my hopes a little too high, and Shana did it. Shana did it. And then Raw, have it. Raw, I saw highlights,
It
but
was
I
good.
heard, I
It was
heard.
good.
I don't know if people would just, pardon my language, sucking dick or not because they were like, oh, you could tell the difference
I
of the
was one of those people.
production.
I
You
was
saw you saw a difference?
a little bit. I wouldn't say a drastic difference. It was better than usual. I would say that.
Okay.
It was better
Okay.
than usual. I'm not gonna say like it was the best Raw I've ever seen in years, but it was
No, but
better than
like
usual.
production wise,
Oh
not
yeah, there was
storyline wise. Because people were like, there
both.
was less camera cuts, there was
Yes.
less this, there was less that. I said, now you just fucking got that shit all in your mouth. You're wilding. It's one episode. Take it easy. You know
I
what I
know.
mean? Like Kevin Dunn's still back there, baby.
I know.
Don't
I
get
know.
it.
I know. It's just that like it's just that like
I
now we
I think it's what do they call that? That when it fucks with your mind, that now someone else new is in charge. So you're seeing everything as fucking rainbows and fucking
sunshine. Yeah.
unicorns. You know what I mean? Even though it
I'm
was
trying to have a
probably the
positive mindset,
same
Troy. I'm trying to
production.
have a positive mindset
I
on this.
guess so because there was a couple parts in SummerSlam that I was watching and would go one, cut to the crowd. And I was like, in the middle of a count again, homie. Like
Yeah.
people were saying it got better. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, can y'all stop doing that?
I'm still giving it time. I'm not gonna say it's
No,
like a
it's not gonna.
lot
That's
better,
why.
but it's
Yeah, that's why when I saw people like, this is a whole new show. I'm like, I don't know about that, guys. Like, I haven't sat down to watch it, but I'm gonna tell you right now, highly doubt it. In 1 week, everything just
changed.
changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah. I
there's
see
too
what you
many
mean.
people doing the same shit. You know what I mean? They're not gonna be like, oh, you know what? New boss. Let's everybody do something different. Let's not you know what I mean? Let's not do the same thing that's been working for years.
No, because the reason why I felt that it just felt like a different vibe to it. I'm not saying a completely different, like it's a whole like revamp of Raw.
Yeah.
It felt different like throughout the night. Like there was I couldn't like point out to you what was
Hmm.
different,
Yeah.
but I just knew that some things were different throughout
I
Raw.
just had a feeling.
And again, no, it
It
did
was just
because
little
like
things. It was little
it was
things.
little things that were
Yeah.
different.
People
I
were
wouldn't
making it
say
seem like it was a whole new fucking
yeah.
production team that was back there. I'm like,
I get
yo,
yeah.
it was the same guys that were doing it for the past fucking couple years. I doubt 1 week.
I guess it was storyline. For me, it was storyline pressure
Yeah.
was different for me. And I think that kind of changed everything too. You having a whole new like it feels fresh. That's how I would describe it. It feels fresh. Even though
Well,
we've seen the same people doing the same things, same storylines, it felt fresh.
that's how
There
it
were new
should be.
matchups,
Yeah, that's how it
you know.
should be after every big
Yeah,
four. We just
exactly.
haven't gotten that in years. So
Exactly.
now we're getting what we should have been getting, which is lovely because
Yeah.
I'm down with it.
This is day one. I'm joking. Um,
Even though
even though what?
I still think the Mysterio should have lost at fucking SummerSlam.
Yes, yes.
There, I'm getting sick and
You
fucking tired of them. And I was so happy. I'm so happy that Rhea's just been bullying.
beating up, yeah, beating
She's
up
just been bullying Dominic, and I love it.
exactly.
How
And
long you think before the daughter gets involved in a 3-on-3 match?
for who?
The daughter, actually 4-on-4. How long you think?
Aaliyah. Oh, Aaliyah.
How long you think it? How long you think it takes? Do you think it happens?
mm, nope.
You don't
I
think it
don't. I don't.
happens?
I don't think it happens.
Even
Because
the
if
last time she was like in the storyline, she was like, "Oh, I would like to wrestle one day."
I
You don't think
mean,
maybe they took her off and said, "You know what?
maybe
Let's
you.
let's let's bring you somewhere and training for a couple
That's what
months."
I was gonna say. Like, I think they're not gonna rush her into doing this. I think that it was Vince's idea that one that was like, oh, let's put Aaliyah in the
Which,
storyline.
which
Because
shout out
honestly,
to
do you
Vince.
do y'all do you really think like, you and anybody listening really think that the first opponent Aaliyah should go up against is Rhea Ripley?
Yeah,
Like
she's a safe
honestly,
worker. She can make you look good.
but she's like, it's like
You know what I
saying
mean? Like you don't
I
got
get
beat her, but you're in there with somebody that hasn't really hurt anybody
yeah,
majorly. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying that in a negative way on Ripley. I'm not saying that is not any of those things.
No, but she would be
It's
the
just
perfect person because of those reasons. Because
yeah,
you know that nothing bad would happen. She would
yeah.
keep her safe.
But it's
So
like
that's probably the best person to put her
Rhea
up
to be the
against.
dominant superstar she is, and
No
Aaliyah is gonna
shot.
go.
No shot.
Yeah,
Not in that storyline.
exactly.
Not in
I know.
that.
I just don't want Aaliyah to
I'll
be
hit
like.
1619 or something, but after that, it's over.
Yeah, I just don't want Aaliyah to be thrown around and make her like the rag doll for no reason. And then she gets hurt, and it's like, oh, she's just like. I'm not saying anything about Rhea's fault. It's just like I'm not saying she's not safe. I'm not saying she's a not safe worker. She's a terrible wrestler. It's just like, if anything, go up against like a fucking Bailey or something. Someone who's
I can
like
see that. Yeah, I can
not
see. I
not right
see.
now, but
I see
soon.
where
But
you're coming from, like the size wise you're looking at.
yeah, size wise.
But
And
look at
then
her
like
father.
I this act I don't. It's like putting Dominic against like fucking Undertaker the first match. You know what I mean? Doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. I'm not comparing Rhea to the Undertaker. Just like give her a
That's what it
better
sounds like you're
competition.
doing. That's what it sounds like you're doing. I'm fucking with you.
It's just like competition wise. Don't put her up against one of the rising stars. Even if you have one of the winner lose, no matter who the winner is, put up against someone who has like not the best hype behind it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's Dominic's daughter. Sorry, not Dominic's daughter. Ray's daughter. One match only. No one's gonna fucking remember this match. And I get it. That would be a reason to put up against Rhea, but like, don't do it. Don't do it. No one's gonna remember this in 5 to 10 years. I don't think anybody's gonna remember it in a year from now. So they gotta calm down with bringing these. Like, I get it. She's Ray's daughter, but she doesn't have to wrestle. Put
Neither
her in
does
NXT.
Dominic. But look at this nigga out here and they just put the belt on him.
I would rather
Even
have
though,
Aaliyah go 1-on-1 against someone from NXT over Rhea Ripley on the main roster. Put her in NXT for a little bit.
bro, you hear the argument you're making? I've been making it for 2 years about Dominic.
That
So what's
I'm
the
with you on
difference?
that. I'm with
What's
you on
the
Dominic too.
difference though? They know she has the name. They don't care. If it's gonna bring eyes to the product, it's gonna bring
It's
eyes
not.
to the product.
It's gonna. You know whose eye is gonna bring? Buddy Murphy, Buddy Matthews. That's the only eye he's gonna bring on the screen.
I mean,
I'm
what?
not watching an Aaliyah match. I'm sorry. If I'm seeing Aaliyah wrestle, I'm shutting the TV off and I'm canceling that Peacock Network, and I'm not gonna watch Raw or SmackDown ever
Man,
again.
listen. It's gonna
I'll sell this
happen, bro.
podcast if I see
It's
Aaliyah
gonna
wrestle.
happen, bro. You could deny what you want. It's gonna happen down the line. I think. I
You,
think that's
you
the
know,
whole
you know,
reason
you know
she
that
got into it
you know that
last week
time
with
you
her.
ranted about like what you would rather see instead of Brandy
Dominic.
Rhodes wrestling.
Oh,
Remember that time?
Mandy Rose.
Yeah, the Brandy. Yeah,
Wait,
remember
no,
that
it wasn't Mandy.
Brandy Rhodes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Brandy.
remember that time you
I
ranted
thought you
about her?
said Mandy Rose. I was
No,
gonna
no, no,
say,
no. Brandy Rhodes. Sorry, remember that
yeah,
time you
yeah,
ranted on her? That's the
yeah.
same exact way I would rather see against Aaliyah. The same exact list you had, I feel about Aaliyah wrestling.
I say give her
So
a chance. Brandy was bad. We seen her wrestle. I don't want
I
to
don't
see
care.
that. I don't
I
want to
don't care
see
about
that.
Aaliyah wrestling. I don't
Man,
care about
I could
Aaliyah.
care less about Rey Mysterio at this age. But guess what? They still putting this. They're still putting him in fucking big ass storylines. And I'm like, yo, that was like the ending of the SummerSlam match. This man couldn't almost make it over the rope. I was like, and
Yeah,
then they showed the replay. I said, why would you even show that?
yes. Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Also, the Edge shit. I don't get the storyline
Me neither.
because
Me
ever
neither.
since he's been kicked out, they've been losing. So who gives a fuck if you're not with them or not? They've been losing since you're gone.
And what
So
could
who
what what
cares?
confuses me is that, like, I understand that vignette stuff that's been going on. We
I
knew
still couldn't get that because he's been gone 5 weeks and he's
exactly,
got a better build
exactly,
than Bray Wyatt did when he came back. So
exactly.
like, what the fuck, man?
It's like we all knew from the first night that it was him. Why did he need a vignette to come back
Bro,
as himself?
he got
That
attacked the week before, and 2 weeks later, he had vignettes already happening. Why
exactly.
was that even a thing?
And it was just himself. It wasn't even like a different version. It was himself.
Yeah, and
Like not even
thank God
I mean,
he
yeah, I
cut
love
his
yeah,
hair
yeah.
because wow, that we talked about it before. That haircut was bad.
Yeah,
That
I
haircut
thought
was
he had a mullet like Dominic, and I'm like,
oh
"Oh my god,
no,
it's a
oh
fucking hair."
God, talking about
I'm like, "Don't even"
Dominic
I was like, "He's"
mullet.
and Dominic's already influencing Edge's hair. I'm like, I saw that, I'm like, "Oh god." But then, like, yeah, I didn't understand that, like, that whole match in general at SummerSlam was a waste of a match, in my opinion. Did not need to be on that card. First of all, we knew it was a no disqualification. We talked about it during the prediction episode. Fucking one chair and Edge
And he was
were the
swinging that
only
shit in
weapons used.
he was swinging that shit in slow motion.
Yes, the only time like, the only thing that we used was Edge, Rhea Ripley once, and a chair, and that was it. And
Rhea
that was a no
Ripley.
disqualification match. Like
What a
really?
move too when she put him on his shoulders and just
Exactly. Yeah.
dropped him. I was like, this
It
is
was cool,
wonderful.
but it was like there was no need to make it a disqualification. No
Yeah.
disqualification. If you're
I
just gonna
was
use three things, and
yeah.
that was it. He could have had Edge come back after the match. You could have had Rhea Ripley attack him when the ref wasn't looking. You could have had a similar situation where Rey Mysterio was pretending to get hurt with a chair, like the Eddie Guerrero cheating
I
thing.
hate when he does that
I yeah,
fucking shit. I
it's like
hate
they could
when he
have done
does
it
that shit.
so different. They did not need to make it a no disqualification match. That was the only match I hated on that card, other than the ending of the Liv and Ronda Rousey match. I was so tight when that happened.
It was a better ending than WrestleMania 35.
Yeah, it
I was fine
was,
with it.
but the
I
only
was fine
reason
with the
why
ending.
yeah,
I was fine with the ending because Ronda's gonna go away for a little bit, and that's just to bring her back to put her in the title picture because there's no reason for Ronda to be fighting unless it's in the title picture.
the only reason why I didn't like that ending was because we literally saw that same exact ending at WrestleMania this year. Charlotte tapped out, the ref didn't see it.
Hmm.
The ref got distracted, got hit, and then Charlotte won.
Yeah,
Liv tapped out, the ref didn't see it, he counted and Liv won. And it was like you could have done it a lot differently. You could have I would rather much have seen a
it
Liv Morgan roll up and win and that's it. No
no
tapping out.
no shot, no
I
shot,
would have rather seen that.
no shot.
'Cause
I
there's no
love Liv, but no roll up. Are you kidding me?
I would have preferred to see that over her not pretending to not tap out, but tap out and then the ref not seeing it. That was like the
I'm
same
fine.
we
I'm
just
fine.
saw that.
I was fine with that finish.
We just saw that.
I
That's
was
the only thing
fine with
that
that finish because it kept Ronda strong and kept Liv as champion. And fuck it. You know what I mean? That's how I looked at it. You're muted.
oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't realize I'm muted. You hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, yeah, but I
But yeah,
didn't
that's how I look at it. I look at it as the only reason they did that was to bring Ronda back and she's gonna be in the title picture again. Da 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 da. It keeps Liv as champion and she's chilling.
yeah, I see. I mean, I just the match was okay because like
It wasn't a bad
I
match.
guess the way it was good, but the only reason what I got out of that match was that like, oh, Liv couldn't hang with Ronda. Okay, like I get that. Like Ronda took like advantage most of the match. You
Yeah,
know,
but of
I didn't
course,
really see.
but that Liv's character.
Yeah, I mean that's
Liv's
yeah, it
character is
showed
that
that like I'm not
she's
trying to like look down on Liv, but to me the way I saw it was that like oh Liv couldn't like handle being in the same ring as Ronda. That's how I saw it. And
but also you
you
got
said that Liv's character. That's how she's
Liv's
been going.
character and also
Yeah,
Ronda's like the former UFC fighter. She's
yeah, she
shorter
was.
than her. She's lighter than her.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Charlotte at least is I think taller than her by a little bit or maybe the same height.
she's
Charlotte's
solid.
build. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So she could hang with her. That's the only difference.
I mean like yeah,
Now it's like what's after this for Liv?
yeah.
What we
That's the
doing?
thing I'm going
Because I
after.
still think Bailey should have came back to
Challenge Liv.
SmackDown. Yeah, I think that moment should have happened then.
I think
I don't think it should have happened on the Bianca and Becky.
the only reason I thought it should have been Becky was because I think they had unfinished business, if I'm not mistaken. but it's cool though. I love that trio.
Oh
That
yeah, it's
trio is like the
cool.
perfect trio like I could have put with Bailey. And I don't mind it. The only
Yeah,
thing that I'm predicting out of this, is I think it might be, because of they might have Bianca be backed up by Naomi and Sasha. That's what I thought was gonna happen on Raw. I thought the rest of them they were gonna return and then back her up. It could still happen. We still have a lot more
it
weeks.
could happen.
It could happen. Yes, what I see, what I want to happen if they get rid of the Raw versus SmackDown thing for Survivor Series, that would be a dope Survivor Series match. It would be Bianca, Naomi, Sasha, Asuka, Alexa Bliss versus Bailey, Kai, Sky, and then two others in a 5-on-5. That would be a dope Survivor Series concept. I wouldn't mind that. Maybe call up two people from NXT and then
Yeah.
put them in that way. Um, and now I think that would be cool to see.
No,
And
yeah, it
have
would be dope. That would
if
be a
I
dope
mean,
situation.
most likely it probably won't happen, but it'll be cool to see and lead to. It'll be and then you'll get like you probably get like Bailey versus Bianca at Clash of Castle at
Yeah.
the Castle, Clash
Clash
of
at the
Castle.
castle. What
Yeah,
a time. What a time.
and then hopefully that leads to the 5-on-5. It'll continue the feud, and then it won't be about the title anymore. Just be about like who's better backing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then yeah, I just think it'll be cool to see it. Um,
No, yeah, it would.
and but
Now it's
I
just
think
like, let's see how this rolls out.
yeah, I think like I said, like I think because Bailey and Bianca had unfinished business from I think the last person she faced was Bianca when she got injured. If
Okay.
I'm not mistaken, I think that was the last person.
I couldn't tell you, to
Um,
be honest. I'm not sure.
I mean,
I'll
one
take your word
thing
for it, though.
yeah, I'll take my own word for that because I'm pretty sure that was the last person. But anyways, the one thing I want to see happen and should happen is I think Rhea should be the one to be the challenge Bianca next instead of Bayley. That's the only thing that's kind of like
Yes.
it gets getting stuck with me because she did technically earn a shot at Money in the Bank, but never got it. So, because she got injured and then she got taken off the card. And then that's the only thing that's bugging me right now. I love this storyline with Bianca and Bailey, but we just need to get that real thing out of the way. Like
Yeah.
I don't forget a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like I know that Rhea Ripley won the number one contender. She should be the next one, and then just get that out of the way, and then just continue with the Bianca and Bailey thing.
Yeah.
Then I'll be fine. But I think if for me, I would prefer Bianca over Liv for Bailey. To return that, I wouldn't have minded the Liv Morgan one. But I just
I
think
would have
that
thought the Liv Morgan one just
made more
matches up
sense.
better. Matches up better.
Yeah,
There's more to do with that.
yeah,
Bianca now has to fight Bailey. Now she got Becky involved, which,
which is
of
cool. She may be
course,
turning
why
face again.
not? Yeah, well, we knew that was gonna happen. Triple H loves her as a face.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I felt that was happening, but
she
now it's
wrestled with
just
a broken shoulder.
who?
That was Becky. She popped her shoulder during the match, and she wrestled
Oh, this past weekend.
on SummerSlam. Yeah,
Oh, okay, I didn't
that's
know
why
that.
she. That's why she had a brace on. I don't know if you saw Raw, but she had a armband on because she had a.
Oh, I did see
She
that
told me.
picture.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
got you.
She
That
injured herself. That's why she's gonna be out for a couple months.
makes makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's gotta take it easy.
exactly.
Gotta take it easy, man.
What other
Yeah,
match have at
hopefully she
SummerSlam
gets
did you like?
better. What's up?
What other match at SummerSlam did you like?
Lashley Theory was a throwaway. Um, Miz and Logan was actually dope.
It was. It was.
I didn't like him winning, but it was cool. It was cool for what it was. You know what I mean? I
I mean, I
didn't like.
told you, like, Miz was there instead to put him over. That's all
Oh,
that
of
he was in the match
course,
for.
Miz, and that's why they keep putting him in that position. And like we talked about him, Bad Bunny, he just putting people over. He'll put Tommaso over soon too, and they'll have a killer match.
Oh, I hope Champa wins the U.S. title, and
Oh
then it
yeah,
leads to
he he
um,
will.
and then it
I
leads to a Miz feud. That would be
I
awesome.
I do think um that little run in by AJ gave away the finish of the Raw matches.
What do you mean?
because it was like random ass triple threats that were happening, right?
Yeah.
AJ versus Ali versus who else was in that match?
Miz.
Throwaways. You knew none of them was going after that US belt but AJ. And then once AJ won, you looked at the other match and you said, who you think's gonna
Yeah.
win? You know what I mean? It was like one of those. I was like, of course it's gonna be Tommaso.
Yeah.
But when I saw that, I was like, oh, they're gonna be next to feud. When I saw that they got involved, and then what happens the next day? I'm chilling. I see, oh, on Raw, this is the lineup, and I was like, it's gonna end up being Tommaso and AJ. It just makes sense with who's feuding with each other. There's
Yeah.
no way Miz and Tommaso's winning because for them to feud right as soon as they start up makes no sense at
But
all.
I see them feuding afterward though.
I see
That's what I'm
them.
saying.
I say it takes them a while.
You think
I think
so?
it takes them a while.
Like the Miz turns on Champa, Champa's babyface again, and then
Yeah,
yeah, that's how I'm
yeah.
seeing it go
I
down.
think no. I think more Miz is gonna get a babyface run.
Miz is getting a baby. A
Yeah.
Triple H guy not being a baby. Oh come on! I think the reason why I say
No,
Champa is
no,
because he's
no.
Triple
Champa.
H's guy.
You rather Champa babyface than a heel?
I do. I
I'd
love
rather
Champa baby.
Champa as a heel. What?
I mean, yeah.
What? Miz, I don't need you. I used you to get to this
Ooh,
position. You know what I mean? It just makes
that would
sense.
be that
It
would be
it
cool.
makes more
Yeah,
sense
yeah,
than Miz
yeah.
being jealous of a US champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's been Money in the Bank, he's been
WWE,
US,
yeah,
he's been IC, he's been the world champion. You know what I mean? So it makes no sense for him to be jealous of Tommaso. It
that
makes
is true.
all
Yeah.
sense for Tommaso to be using him to get to this position and then kicking him to the curb when he gets
Ooh,
what he wants.
yeah. Like he doesn't know how Champa plays. He's never
Yeah,
seen Champa.
yeah,
He didn't know
exactly.
that he turned on Gargano just to get to the top spot. Now I see. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly,
makes
bro.
sense.
And what's Tommaso best at? As a heel. We do like Tommaso as a babyface,
Yeah.
but as a heel, he's unstoppable. I
You know
think
what?
it just
Yeah.
makes the most sense.
What are your thoughts on the tag team match? The Usos, Street Profits.
Maybe the Street Profits' best match.
Yeah. It wasn't. It wasn't. So I wouldn't
It
say
was a
like
good
their best.
match. It was a
I
good
wouldn't.
match.
I wouldn't say their
Their
best match,
best
but it was a
match.
good match.
I think it was one of their best matches.
Yeah.
Usos, regular shit for them.
It,
That's a
yeah.
reg.
They used
That's
to
a
that.
regular
They used
day.
to.
That's another clocking day for them. Killing it
Yeah.
as usual.
Yeah.
Um, a weird finish. Weird finish, but what it is what it is. There's a couple weird finishes on this card. The Logan Miz was a weird finish. The with the card thing, that was a weird finish. The tag was a weird finish. Liv and Ronda was a weird finish. Damn, there's another match I'm thinking of right now. That was like, that's how they're gonna end this. Damn, what fucking match was it?
The Mysterios.
No, Lashley in Theory. That was just like,
Oh, he
oh
immediately put him in the
yeah,
Hurt Lock
just
and then
put
he
him in
tapped
the.
out.
I
Yeah.
was like, okay,
Yeah. Cool.
okay. Oh, and then don't even get me started on the main event. Don't even
That
get me started.
it was pretty entertaining. The main
Pretty
event was like,
entertaining until the last 5 minutes where it was overbooked as fuck,
but it was
and it
cool.
was
It was
just
cool.
like,
It got
what?
me on my feet. I that was like the longest I've ever been on my feet when watching wrestling. And
Yeah,
not the longest, but one of the longest times.
yeah.
I
I
was
was,
like
I was like, all
anticipating. He's
right,
gonna stay down.
he's.
Nope.
I
Here
was
we
like,
go.
all right, he's down. Nope, he's up. Okay,
You know what I thought was gonna happen in the main event
what?
before he flipped over the ring. I thought he was gonna put the actual tractor on top of Roman and have him lay there.
That would have made more sense.
Yeah, so then he couldn't
Couldn't
move the
get
thing. He had
up.
to lift it up, and he can't. That would have
Exactly.
made sense. That would have been a cool
That would have
finish.
been a cool finish. I just think there was too much going on. We love Brock, love him, overbooked. Him with the briefcase, first him with a spear, him with the briefcase, him with the
I
first
said
belt,
this. I
him with
said
the
this last
second
week.
belt, the
I
double
said last
super
week how
kick.
like Theory was not going to cash in this week, and I've been saying that for a while. I didn't. I knew he said it was going to cash in, but there was no way he was cashing in.
Thought it was gonna happen.
Even though my predictions I thought were cool that I made of how he was going to cash in, but I didn't
Yeah,
think it
it
actually
would have
was.
been
I didn't think it
sick.
was serious.
It
Yeah,
was just in my opinion, it was just a lot going on at the main event that didn't have to go on.
it was still cool though. I still enjoyed
No,
every
of
second.
course it was enjoyable, it was entertaining, but it's a lot happening. That was
Yeah,
just like after the second belt, I was like, okay, that's it. Stay down, homie. Oh no, he's back on his feet. Okay, let's try something else. You know what I mean? It was just like that. It was like, we get it. He's unstoppable. He's a beast. Da 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 da. That's what they should have did with Brock. Put the tractor on him instead of
yeah,
the tables and then standing on him.
yeah.
It was just like a lot was happening one after the other. I was just like, it was. In my opinion, I was just like, this is a lot. You know when
I
people
get
be
it.
like, oh, there was
I
too
get it.
many run-ins, there was too many this, there was too. I just thought there was too much of that. I did like the Paul Heyman spot.
Yeah,
The rest of the match was enjoyable. It was just him keep getting up after
yeah. No, there was a
after.
point where I was like that. I understand what you mean because like I don't. Although I wasn't like I said I was on my feet majority of it, and I actually was invested in the entire match start to finish. There was a point where I was like, okay, is this gonna go on all night? But then I'm like, I pinned it. He put the table on him, everything on him. He stood on top of it. And I was like, okay, good.
What
Let's
would
leave
have
it there.
been what I
Let's,
think would have been dope. What I think would have been dope. As I was watching it, I thought this. As he kept getting up, I said, "What?" Because Roman's dead. If Roman takes one more F5, it's over,
yeah,
right? I was like, "What if he hits just one more?" Like as Roman's coming to him, he catches him, hits an F5, gets super kicked. He goes down too. We get a draw. Now Clash at the Castle, we got a triple threat. I was like, you know what? I would have been okay with that. I would have been fine with that as a draw. Now, and so Roman stays champ. Brock didn't win, but also didn't lose. And now we get this big ass match at Clash of the Castle
didn't think
for
of that.
your going up against All Out
Didn't
weekend.
think of that.
You know what I mean? At
Yeah,
the
yeah,
moment, I was thinking, I was like, he should just like F5 him and it should end a draw. People would have been tight,
yeah,
but I say it would have been a interesting ending.
yeah. I see.
But
I just
people
enjoyed
would
it.
have
I was like,
complained.
I was like, I thought it was entertaining. It was different. That's why I didn't look at it as like, okay, what can go wrong? I was like, it was different because
No,
when he
yeah,
pulled the tractor, I was like, oh
no, that's
shit,
what I'm
what's
saying. The
happening?
whole match was cool. It was
Yeah,
just that ending part that was like, I get it. He's a beast, but now you're just overdoing it. Like he should after the first hit of the belt,
yeah.
he
After
should
the second
start
one,
throwing shit on
after
him.
the
He should
second one,
start throwing shit on him
after the
after
second
the.
one, I knew what you were talking about. I knew what he
You
was
know what
throwing
I mean? And then
something.
was
Yeah,
like, oh, he's getting up again. Okay. Maybe they'll have Brock win. No, okay.
maybe.
Oh, now they're throwing shit on. Oh,
Yeah,
now it's over. It was just like it would have been more crazy of that him with the briefcase and the him with the first belt, and then Uso, come on, just start throwing shit on him like in a panic.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Then it would have been like, okay, this is it. But him just keep getting up at the count of 8 or 9. It was like,
Okay,
okay,
that would have been
yeah, you
chill.
know what I mean? Like it was like,
Yeah,
okay, still entertaining. But after
yeah,
a while, I was like, is he not going down? Like we're just gonna
yeah,
keep letting this man get up. But it was cool for what it was. But yeah, the whole pay-per-view, cool pay-per-view. I just got my hopes high, because I let other people psych me
I'm
out.
gonna make a one crazy prediction right here.
What's your
I'm
crazy
not gonna say crazy.
prediction?
I'm not gonna say crazy. That's a exaggerating word to use, but I think after the match with the Usos and Street Profits,
Uh huh.
did you see the highlight their highlight of Raw? By the way, did you see that part?
No,
So on Raw,
tell me what happened.
um, who was Seth Rollins came out and he was like talking about like Riddle and all that stuff, and the Street Profits just randomly came out
Okay.
and they were like, oh, it's kind of there. I don't remember what they said word for word, but kind of they were like, oh, I see you in the ring. We could pick a fight with you. One of us could go into the ring and fight you right now.
Hmm.
And then to make it fair, the Street Profits were like, okay, let's just do rock paper scissors. You and I, Doc is in forward. Whoever wins rock paper scissors will go into the ring and face Rollins.
Okay.
Before they even did that, Montez Ford, without even starting, he got the ref out, right? Before they even did the rock paper scissors, Montez just grabs the ref and runs to the ring, and the match just starts. Like they didn't even do rock paper scissors. It was like it seemed like Montez Ford just wanted to compete in the ring,
Yeah.
to make himself look good or something. I don't know, but it seemed like he just wanted to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
People were like, "Ooh, he didn't give Angelo Dawkins a chance. Is that like a sign of a heel turn for him?" Especially after the match at SummerSlam, it was like he looked like he was tight, like sitting there just looking
Even though
at
he was the
nothing.
one that cost him the match.
What I'm thinking, what
Montez was the one
I'm
that cost them the match.
yeah, and I was gonna say like my prediction is that I think Angelo Dawkins is going to be the one to turn on Montez Ford, not the other
That,
way around.
that's what it's looking like.
It
Yeah.
makes more sense. People are like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Montez turn." No, it should be
Mm-hmm.
Angelo Dawkins to be the one turning heel.
I think that
Um,
makes more sense now that how everything's been rolling out.
yeah, storyline wise, it makes sense. I
Yeah.
know people are gonna say like, "Oh, Montez Ford should be the one turning heel." Yes, I know he'll probably make a great heel, not denying that. But
Exactly.
Angelo Dawkins in this case would be better off as the heel. I think it'll benefit both of them, especially the crazy match they can put on together. Um,
Oh, most definitely. Like I said, when I was watching this. Not a big Street Profits fan. Got nothing against them though. I think it's just more their character. I like them in the
yeah,
ring, but this past weekend was one of their best matches that I've seen
yeah,
from them. The way they
yeah.
fought and just everything, I was like, this is the Street Profits I want to see.
hmm But they're giving us signs that they're gonna turn, and
Yeah, and it'll
it,
happen. I
it's
think
gonna
it's
be.
how
I think
long
it's
they've
gonna
been
be
together on the main roster. What, 2 years, 3 years?
2 years on the main roster. I think like 3 years. No, maybe
No,
three
3 years
years.
on the
It
main
was
roster
it
because
was
they fought the
way
night
before the
after
pandemic.
Mania.
Yeah, it was
After
way before
in
the
when
pandemic.
there was no one there. That was just
Yeah, but they compete. I think they got drafted to Raw the previous draft,
oh,
but
before even
they were
COVID.
yeah, but they were still NXT tag
Yeah.
champs. That was
Yeah.
how long ago.
Okay,
I
yeah, yeah.
think
So it's been a
that
while. It's been a
yeah,
while. It's been a while. I think
and
maybe it's time.
I think that Dawkins turning would be a great shock factor. I
Yeah.
think it would be a great touch because for me, I think it's been a while since in WWE we had a crazy shock factor. Like we don't know. I probably not thinking one at the moment. Someone could probably like
The biggest one
come up
was
with one.
lately was the Cody one, but we all kind of saw it
Yeah,
coming.
yeah,
It was just a matter of fact, was it true or was it not true?
yeah.
We
With
kind of
this,
all
yeah,
knew, you know what I mean? But we haven't had like a true like, oh shit, like one of those moments that's like maybe the last big one that I remember. There's probably more that of course, just but the one that pops up to me that the last time that I was like, what the fuck was the Shield breakup?
yeah.
I think that was the last like, of course, or even like Rollins cashing in
hmm
was like, oh shit. But also then again, there was rumors, you know what I mean, of yo, Rollins might cash in. It makes sense to she, you know what I mean. So it
Yeah,
was all like, but I think the last one was Rollins maybe.
yeah,
That was like the big whoa.
and I think Angel Dawkins turning on Montez would be like it would be a big thing because everyone's expecting Montez to do it since he had his shoulder up. That cost him the match. He lost. He's the one that lost at SummerSlam. He could have pinned him
Mm-hmm.
earlier, but he took his time. And then now it
Took
was
his
like,
sweet ass time. He
yeah,
did the Triple H 20 WrestleMania 19 crawl. I was like,
yeah. I was like,
bro,
that was like,
get what are
I
you doing?
was like, hurry up, just
Go
pin him.
back and watch that match with commentary.
Yeah,
They talk about people say Montez is gonna this and you don't think
yeah,
that doesn't affect Dawkins, da 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 da. And then they kept
exactly.
saying that the Street Profits need this because if they lose, they're back at the bottom of the totem pole. Now they gotta work their way back up to the tag championships. I was like, they're basically telling us
That they're
it's
gonna
coming,
separate.
not
Yeah,
telling us when, but
that that's
it's
also gonna
get
be
ready
like
for it.
that's also gonna be a big thing. That's I think when is gonna be a play like a big factor in the shock factor. We all know one of them's gonna turn, but besides
Yeah.
Angelo Dawkins doing it, we don't know when it's gonna happen.
But now when it happens, will people care?
I think it would.
Will people
Um,
care about the match that happens
it
after?
has.
People are
I,
gonna care about the moment. Will people care about the match after?
yeah.
Look at just the history of teams that have broken up and then have a match after. No one gives a fuck.
Usually, it's
Mm,
not just for me personally. It's not just like who does it and when it happens. I think it's presented on how it happens, because you can't just do like, oh, some he low blows him, or like he caught just walks away from a tag team match or
yeah,
something. It's got to be like a Seth Rollins moment when he turned on the Shield. Like he was just
yeah.
standing there with a chair, thinking he's gonna attack Evolution, but he just attacked Roman Reigns from
Mm,
behind.
Maybe it
It
becomes
was
this.
that
Maybe
that
be,
that memory still plays in people's minds till this day. Like, oh shit, it still gives people goosebumps. It gives me goosebumps every time, even though it happened years ago, and
maybe
it's
this
still cool.
plays. Yeah, maybe this plays into the prediction I gave last week. Maybe he becomes security for the Authority. You don't know.
Maybe,
Maybe
maybe,
this has how it comes.
exactly. Maybe
You never know.
they'll probably give him a big role as well. Like Montez can go do his thing on his own; he'll be just fine.
Yeah, but
But
I'm just
Dawkins needs to
saying.
do something big as well by
Yeah,
himself to not be like the bottom of going to the
yeah,
24/7 championship, whatever. Just give him something big so he can stay on TV weekly,
yeah.
be a part of a big storyline, and not be like the forgotten one between the Street Profits. Because I've said this multiple times. I wouldn't mind a Street Profits turn. It's just I don't know what they're gonna do with Dawkins, and they have to figure that out before they split them up. Because you can't just, like I said, like you can't just have them split up, do something with
Mhm.
Montez, but have nothing for Angelo Dawkins. You got to do something for him big. You got to give him character change. You got to
Two
put him with
different
someone in the
brands.
storyline.
Two different
Exactly.
brands.
And just have something well put out for him beforehand so you're ready on what the bad case scenarios can be.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, you can put him on TV every week and have him go up against a 24/7 championship. That doesn't mean anything
Nah,
anymore.
chill, chill,
Like,
chill.
that's what I don't want to happen.
Yeah, I feel
And
you.
yeah,
I I'm worried about that. Like you're worried about what happens with Dawkins. I'm worried about will people care when they break up?
yeah, yeah.
Will
That's
people
what I.
give a fuck? Because the last big tag team that I remember breaking up and then like who cared about the next match was when Enzo and Big Cass broke up. It was a big moment when they broke up because
Yeah,
Cat it came out of nowhere. You know what I
shouldn't
mean?
have though.
Like
But yeah,
it shouldn't have happened, but it was like, whoa, that's a big moment. And then the storyline after, nobody gave a fuck.
yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
then
After
after
the
that,
breakup,
Enzo was the only one that benefited from it. But Cass went on to like, some stuff happened with him. It
yeah,
wasn't a big deal for him. But Cass ended up. Sorry, Enzo did something with him. He went to the cruiserweight division, killed it there. We had a whole
he,
discussion on that.
yo, yeah, we did. Go back and check that out because he fucking brought that shit back to life.
Hmm.
They were the main event of Raw one week.
Yeah,
The cruiserweight division main event of Raw at a
they
time that like what?
like. I don't mind tag team splitting up as long as you
You
have
gotta have a
something for them.
plan. You gotta have a plan.
Yeah, gotta have a
Can't
plan.
just
Have
can't
both
just
of them become stars or at least relevant in wrestling in WWE for a while. Keep killing it by themselves. That's all that matters.
I say
And I'm
send him to
scared for it.
SmackDown, put him in the IC picture.
Exactly. Exactly.
Why not?
Exactly. Yeah, I think he'll be a great mid Carter at worst. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm saying that right.
both of them.
But yeah.
One goes to the US, one goes to the IC. They stay away from each other.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Different brands.
What would you rate SummerSlam as a whole? Last question about SummerSlam.
Mm-mm-mm.
On the spot.
Uh,
Out of 10.
eight. Want to say 8.5, but I feel
Okay.
like that's harsh. I would say 8.5 to 9.
8.529.
Yeah, they had some
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna
surprises.
say one of those. I was gonna say a
There was
9.
decent matches. We didn't fucking talk about McAfee. Shout out to fucking McAfee
Oh,
and
shout out!
Corbin
Oh,
putting
shout
on
out
a
to Matt.
show.
Yeah.
But Corbin should have won. Um, come on, man, give Corbin some love.
It's just a
Give
filler
Corbin
match.
some
I think it
love.
was just
Oh,
it
it
was
was
there for
cool.
entertainment.
They did kind of sprinkle it with Corey talking shit or match.
Ooh,
Mania maybe. I looked at
Corey
it
versus
and said
McAfee,
battle of the brands maybe. Battle, you know what I mean? You never
or they could
know.
do a cool something cool where it's like 5-on-5. Team McAfee versus Team Graves. 5 people on McAfee, 5 people on Graves, including them two, and
Nah,
then
I
you
would
have a
like to.
five
I
on five
want to see
match.
them one on one, especially now that Graves is cleared.
No,
I think that
yeah,
would be kind of dope.
it would be.
Think
It
that
would
would
be.
be a dope match. But yeah, they fucking killed it. That, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
8.5,
I'll go
eight
with
point
9.
8.7. That's what I'll give it. eight point
I'll go
seven.
with 9. I think I'll give it a solid
Cool.
9.
Okay, cool.
Next topic I wanted to talk about because
Let's talk about it.
we didn't the last time we recorded was
Right
last
before it
Tuesday,
happened.
right before it
Right
happened. Yeah.
before it happened.
So last
We've been wishing for this.
Not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before,
Yes.
trios belts were announced for AEW, and you've been talking about them for years,
Let's
and we
fucking
got them,
go.
and we
Let's
didn't have a chance to talk about it live on the podcast,
let's
and we're doing it right now.
fucking
What
go,
are
bro.
your thoughts? I know you're gonna have a lot to say about this in a
My
good way.
thoughts, I love the idea. I also love what happened last night. I think
Yeah.
that was dope as hell. They needed to get Adam Cole, Fish, and
Hmm.
O'Reilly away from the Bucks, and they did it perfectly. I
Yep.
don't like that they were Page, but fuck it. I
Omega.
knew it was gonna happen because of what happened last week when they were backstage. Da 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 da. But how dope would it have been if when Cole was on that second rope, he put the gun down, Kenny Omega just runs out.
Just
How
lights
dope
go
would
off. Lights go off,
what?
and he just shows up in the ring.
What?
That would be awesome.
That would have been sick as hell. Now I would have shut the lights off and played like a video just on the Titantron and then just leads up to his Titantron. I
Yeah.
think that would have been sick. And then him just coming out on stage and them running out. I think that would have been perfect.
You know,
But fuck it, they're gonna be with Paige. I don't think they're gonna be the first winners though.
ooh, I was gonna say, like, this is what I was thinking. Like, I don't know if Kenny, I don't know when Kenny is coming back. So I think that's why they gave it to this spot to
The Hung
Paige. Like,
Bucks.
oh,
Yeah.
we don't want to like rush Omega back soon. Just take his time, put it in Paige. I thought they would be the winners of the first ever trios belts,
I don't think they should be.
mainly so that way, undisputed Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish would take it off of them next pay per view.
Okay.
Um, mainly because Adam Cole is not cleared as well. If he was cleared, I would have said Adam Cole and Red Dragon were the first winners.
Yeah.
But because he's not, I think they're gonna wait on that and have them beat somebody in a big, a full gear maybe, and then make that a big deal.
Yeah.
That's what I think. It's just I think
They haven't
Paige and Young
announced when
Bucks.
the tournament is, right?
They haven't announced anybody. But
It's probably gonna
I feel like
it's
it's gonna
probably
be
gonna
Bucks and
end at
Hangman.
All Out. Either gonna end at All Out or at Arthur Ashe. It's gonna end
Oh,
at one of those two.
I think they announced it at all out. I think it's
That's
announced
gonna
it for
end
all.
at All Out.
I think they
Okay.
announced it because I remember I saw a graphic. It was an all-out graphic around the
Oh,
Trios.
okay, okay, got you,
So
got you, got you.
yeah, it's ending
I
at. But it would be cool if they had a defense though. Arthur Ashe.
I wouldn't give it to them.
Who would you?
I would
There's a
make it
lot of
look
great
like
teams. A lot of great teams in there.
House of Black.
Yes, a black. Yeah.
House of
Uh,
Black.
yep.
What?
Let's
What?
let's predict the tournament. I say they should put.
The finals, Bucks and Hangman is gonna be in it.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think they're gonna win it though. I would love for the finals to be what we
House of Black.
saw at Double or Nothing, the House of Black versus Death Triangle.
Hmm.
Think it would be another dope like rematch. You know what I mean? See
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah.
But I think they should give it to House of Black. I
They should.
think that
They
team
should.
deserves it. I think the Bucks have been holding the belt a while. Hangman held the belt for a while. Get them away from the belts, bro. They don't need it. I get
Yeah,
it.
I agree.
You fought for them to come to AEW. You wanted the trios belt. You wanted it. Now you made it happen. That doesn't mean you have to put the belts on them just because it was
Yeah,
their idea.
that is
I
true.
feel like that. Don't do that.
Yeah, the
Don't do
only
that. I
like I
feel like
said,
that was the same way with Cody. It was his idea to make a secondary belt. All of a sudden, he held the fucking TNT belt forever. You know what I mean? Like it
yeah.
was just like we get it. It's your idea. Doesn't mean we need to put it on you. Maybe we gotta make some new stars.
The only reason why I say that is, like I said, I think the transitional from them to the Adam Cole's group would be the
No, but I would
best
keep it off of
option
them
since
for a
he can't
while
compete.
too. I think they win it down the line.
Yeah.
Colin Red Dragon, and they're the ones to lose it to Bucks and whoever they team with.
Ooh. Yeah. I mean,
Whether it's Hangman, whether it's Kenny, but I think
I
down the line, I think um I don't even know what they're gonna call themselves now, but Undisputed Elite. Maybe they'll
whatever. Yeah,
keep the name, and then it'll be the Elite and the Undisputed Elite. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Um,
And it's cool. 'Cause I would prefer Omega, the one like I did say Hangman. If cool if Hangman and the Young Bucks won it first, but I would rather prefer Omega to be the one to win it
yeah,
with the
of
Bucks
course we
because that
all
makes
would.
so much
We all
sense.
would.
That would make so much sense.
Yeah,
Because maybe like there was like a storyline where like Kenny Omega comes back and be like, "Hey, Paige, thanks for filling in my shoes. Now it's my time to
yeah,
step in and we can win the trios belts."
yeah.
But
But
then
I
there's so many
just think,
groups.
I
There's so
just
many
think,
groups.
I just think the House of Black makes so much sense. They're trying
Yeah,
to build up Brody. Malachi is already the man. Buddy, they're trying to build up. What a perfect way then to put the trios belts on them. You know what I mean? That
there's so many groups.
legitimizes all three of them at once. And then they just go on a reign, like just killing it,
Yeah,
killing it. Like there's so many, and you could tell because there's so many 6-man tags happening in AEW. That's why I told you it was just gonna happen eventually because
it
there's
was.
always, and then also you got Combat Club. What's gonna happen with
That was
that?
gonna be my next
Because
pick.
you
That was gonna
got,
be my next
because
pick.
you got, then you got Yuta,
Danielson,
Brian, and
Claudio.
yeah, that could be the trio. You also got JS, Garcia, and 2 You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, 2.0.
who knows how many there's so many combinations you could do. You could do Hager and them. You know what I mean? You could
Yeah,
Garcia
and
and them,
there's so many
Jericho and
multiple
them.
team factions too that you could just put random trios together, and it's like
Exactly.
I think that Blackpool Combat Club was my number one. I was gonna say Danielson, Claudio, and
And
Wheeler
Yuta.
Yuta, but I was also
I,
thinking this:
what?
what if they add somebody else to Blackpool Combat Club and that person's in it? And the person I was thinking of was Takeshita, the guy that Moxley went up
Yeah.
against. The reason why I say him is because one, not only are is he facing Claudio on Saturday at Battle of the Belts 3, but remember a few weeks back when he faced Moxley, what did they do? Not only did they have a banger of a match, but they were both bleeding at the same time. What
Yeah.
is their number one rule
You bleed
of Black?
together.
Exactly. You don't. He doesn't necessarily have to, but it would be cool if Moxley or Regal went up to him after, maybe after Battle of the Belts.
And
Regal
just
comes
slap the
out
shit out of him.
and he
Yeah.
takes yeah, and he
That's like your
slaps him. He goes
initiation.
like he
Yeah.
tends to put out his hand. He goes for it and just slaps the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And then that's he steps up, and then maybe he just joins that way because he went up
Yeah.
against both of the men.
That makes sense.
And
I wouldn't
it
mind that.
does, it does. And like I love the group, but they need more younger guys in it. They
Yeah.
have Wheeler Yuta and three vets. They got to add a younger guy to it. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
think he's the guy. He's the guy.
I
And
still
I'm not
think it
wrong.
should have been Garcia, but yeah.
Yeah, me
That,
too.
but
I'm
he's
on the
with
same boat as
JS
you.
and he's killing shit right now.
Yeah, and he beat Danielson, which is awesome.
That was
But
dope.
either way,
That was
Takeshita
dope.
would be a perfect fit. Like I
Yeah.
said, it makes sense. The storyline purposes, it makes sense. I would do it. I would pull the trigger.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I also like the Gun Club. Fuck it.
Oh,
They,
Gun Club.
yeah. Why
Banger of a
not?
match this past Wednesday too.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love the acclaimed. I love
Yes.
the acclaimed.
They're awesome. They're awesome.
They're awesome. I've been a fan since day one, and you know
Of
that.
course. Hell yeah. Because they've been fucking killing it, bro.
They do. They do kill it every week, and it's awesome.
Who else could you have? You could also
You
have Kingston Ortiz.
Satanic comes back in
If
time, which I
Santana
don't think
comes
so.
back.
You could definitely have like
There's so many
I
teams
was
that you
gonna
could see
say,
because people just love factions there. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's just like,
You put if Andrade adds one and Roosh add one more person, that would be also a banger. Bring in Dragon Lee. I know
I
they had a
was
match
just
against
gonna
Roosh.
say that. I
Dragon
was just gonna say that when you were saying they bring in one more person, I was like, Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee's got to be it.
Dragon Lee is the guy. Why
And
not?
I
That would,
wouldn't mind if like
what?
I texted you this during Death Before Dishonor. Dalton Castle and the boys are fucking awesome. That was my first time
Oh
seeing
yeah.
them, and
Oh,
I think they're awesome.
Delta Castle's been fucking killing it for a
That was my
while,
first time
bro.
seeing him wrestle. And I'm like, damn, this guy's awesome.
Oh, he's sick as hell.
Yeah,
When he was on his title run, he was killing shit.
yeah,
Then when the boys start wrestling, they start doing their thing. They're entertaining.
they are.
They're
They are.
really entertaining. I like them a
Yeah,
lot. And then maybe one day you do that. Just put up chance versus champs. No titles on the line, but just
yeah,
let them go at it.
yeah.
But there's so many things you could do with those belts.
You know what else I would do? I would I would bring in someone outside of AEW. I know it
Mm,
sounds crazy. I would bring in someone outside. Bring in United Empire. Put Osprey in there. Put
what?
Aussie Open in there. That would be cool.
Let the Bullet Club come through for a little bit.
Exactly. Exactly. You're on the same page.
What?
Yeah.
That
I
would
would risk
that
I
would be
would put that I put
that
both
would
of
be
them in
sick.
and then have them win the trios belts. You know?
Elite versus Bullet Club. That would be fire.
And then you make that a match.
Jay
You
White
know, make
and
the
the Jay White and the Good Brothers
and then
taking
yeah,
on the Bucks and whoever they're teaming with. That's
yeah.
kind of the. Ooh, what a what a what a storyline that would be. Jay White and the
I've been
Good
saying
Brothers
that
taking
for
on Kenny
months.
and the Bucks.
I've been saying this for months and I want that to happen
It
ASAP.
should happen.
It is
Yeah,
bad
these belts.
timing.
I'm so excited about these belts. I saw a lot of people complaining about it. I don't know. Wrestling fans just love to fucking complain.
I
They were
know.
like, they're adding another belt. Oh, it was like, you know what? Shut the fuck up and just enjoy it, man.
Exactly. Then don't watch it
Damn.
then. Don't go
Damn.
complain in somewhere else.
Exactly. Go fucking watch something else. What? Like,
Exactly.
I'm tired of people. I'm so tired of people
I know.
because
I
they're
know.
like, they got so many belts. Not like WWE doesn't have two world champions for both men and women. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
stop it.
And they don't even
Stop.
know what to do with their belts. And I guess
Exactly.
not even every single. They don't even know what to do with most of their belts. So first of
Exactly.
all,
If they're bringing in new belts, that means they have a plan. They're not just bringing belts just to bring in belts, just to say, "Oh, we have more belts than another promotion." You know what I mean?
yeah,
They're bringing in these belts for a reason.
yeah,
And if you notice, every fucking week there's a 3-on-3 match. So they've just been getting ready for this.
they have been. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
it's
gonna be
true.
sick. I can't wait for that for it to start. I can't wait to who's gonna be in it, who's gonna be in the tournament. The final is gonna be fucking insane. I already know it.
Yeah, and I'm excited for that too.
And
I'm excited for that too. And it's awesome.
FDR with
And CM
somebody.
Punk,
What?
CM Punk and FTR,
What?
Wardlow and
What?
FTR. That makes sense
Bro,
to Pinnacle.
bro, you could yeah. Well, if you bring Tully's group, let three of
Oh,
those guys come
they
in.
no longer Tully's group, man.
What
It's
happened?
Prince Nana's group.
Oh yeah. I
Prince
forgot.
Nana. Yeah,
Prince
that
Nana.
group:
What a
Brian
fucking
Cage
guy.
and what the Gates of Destiny or Gates of Agony? Yeah,
I couldn't tell you the name. I know them by face. I don't know them like that. I'll be straight up. But
I get
yeah,
that confused, but I know, and I
but yeah,
majority I
you
know
bring
them.
them in. Why not? Fuck it. Fuck it. Like you said, other
Mm,
promotions too. Fuck it.
get
Why
them
not?
involved. Exactly,
Why not? I'm so
exactly.
hyped for it though.
I
I'm
know.
so hyped.
I need to know your reactions on that. I know
Now
you
it's
will.
just like, hopefully they book it right. Like I said, it probably will happen, but they shouldn't be the first champs.
Yeah,
I think personally, House of Black should get it. I
I
know
do too.
people will complain and say, "Oh, other WWE former WWE guys getting belts." Listen, Malachi didn't do shit over there. You know what I mean, on the main
Yeah,
roster.
he didn't do
Buddy,
anything.
they had him with fucking a
Seth.
lackey for Rollins, and you know what? Bro King wasn't even there. Homie's been chilling. So you know what? I think they deserve it, especially the way they've been killing it
yeah,
on AEW lately. Why the fuck not?
not
And I
exactly
think that's why they've been putting King in all these matches. Like,
the one against Darby soon.
yes, is that next week?
I believe it's at your favorite show of all time
Quake at the
at the
lake.
lake. It's
Let's
gonna,
fucking go.
I was
Quake at
gonna win.
Quake at the lake
Quick at the
is
lake.
fucking lit. It's fucking lit. But yeah, I think that's
I
why
was
they've
waiting
been
for you to say
having
that.
him in singles matches to get his stock up.
Exactly,
Because he
exactly.
fought Moxley, which got me nervous because I thought there was points of that match that I was like, are they gonna take it off of him?
They,
There was
I'll
points
be
that was
honest
like,
here.
oh shit.
I'll be honest here. They are building up Brody King very well,
Yes.
but they're not doing much with Buddy Matthews.
And I think it might be that he's low key. not cleared.
Really? Because
Like,
yeah,
that's
I don't
my
know.
feeling.
Because they're doing something with Malachi Black. He has a feud with Miro.
Yes,
But and then you have, like I said, Brody King and Darby Allin. But Buddy
yes.
Matthews is just not being seen
I don't
anymore.
know if he's not cleared or they just don't have nothing for him and they don't want him just standing in the background.
Yeah.
You don't want him just standing in the background. It's not a good look for him.
I think they'll eventually do something for him. I think
He'll come back though.
yeah, he should just go on a singles team. I know I'm not a big fan of Dark Elevation, but put him something, doesn't have to be a storyline wise. Put him
Yeah.
there, have him beat every single person within seconds. That'll do something for me. That's more than enough. We know who Buddy Matthews is. We know what he's capable of. Have
Yeah.
him just tear, gonna reign and tear on Dark Elevation. Maybe have him on Rampage here and there.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be storyline wise. Just have him wrestle,
Oh,
and then
why not?
it'll get him people. It'll have eyes on him every single week, and it'll get his stock up as well.
Yeah.
Because if they all three of them rack up singles wins, then you start going on a tear as a trio, like they should be.
Exactly.
It'll be awesome. It
It
just builds in.
100%.
It just builds in. Because then I feel like it's tough. I guess they're a trio. They've always been a trio since they were formed, but it was like kind of weird just having them go up in trios action, but no belt on the line. You
Yeah.
can't just have them all three of them go up against Death Triangle every week because
Exactly.
that's
But
the
that's
only
why
competition they have.
I think that's why they took Buddy out because right now they have nothing for him.
Yeah,
There's no really like guy to put him up against.
they
At
should have
least
had him. You know what they should have done? Have
what?
him go up against Pac, Phoenix, or Penta. One of those. Not even in trio. Just have them,
Yeah,
feud against
I
one
could
of them.
see that.
Not even have Buddy Matthews go for the belt against Pac. That would be a great feud. He doesn't have to win it, but have him go up against Pac.
Yeah.
That would be a great
I
feud
would
and
have
great
him go up
match.
against Wardlow.
That is
He'll
true.
he'll take an L, but have him fucking put on like a 20-minute banger with him. He's
Exactly.
good. It gets
Exactly.
him back in front of the eyes. It has him and give him fourth finishes. I'd be like, oh shit, like is he gonna beat Wardlow?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
I
maybe it ends like he never gets pinned, disqualification. Brody King comes out or something like
ooh.
that. It ends like that. And that's when you get the sprinkle of Brody King versus Wardlow down the line somewhere.
Ooh.
We won't get it right away, but we'll get it eventually.
But that's the thing about AEW. There's so much talent. You could literally put it against anybody, and it'll be a great
Yeah,
feud.
yeah.
Just give him TV time. I know, like
I
you
don't even
said, it
think he
might
needs a
be low
feud.
key
I
injured.
think just a match.
Yeah. Just a
I
match here and there.
exactly. I don't know what's going on with him. I
Yeah,
don't
there's
know if he's injured or what.
sprinkle a match on Rampage. Sprinkle a match. Just
Exactly.
give him a match next week on Dynamite. Don't even announce
Facts.
till the day of.
Yeah.
And then just go from there. And then that's how you build up the trio. Because
Yeah.
I kind of feel like it's weird. Like it's weird as not seeing him on TV. And
Nah, I
I'm
feel
like,
you.
you're giving these other two guys a thing, and it's like Buddy Matthews is just there, but he's not there
Facts.
technically. He's not there technically, but
Yeah.
he's just a part of the group.
Exactly.
I think I've seen more of Julia Hart on Dark Elevation than Buddy Matthews in general, which I'm not trying to shit on. I'm not saying that's a bad thing for both of them, but
Yeah.
Julia Hart has had more matches a part of House of Black than Buddy Matthews.
Well, of course, we didn't see her for months before joining House of Black. She
Exactly.
had just disappeared. So
And
now
then
I
she
think
came
it's
back
just
and competing every
that's
week
why I
on
think
Dark.
with Buddy, it's just like what we've talked about with AEW that they just tell their talent, yo, we don't got nothing for you right now.
Don't be on
So
TV.
just chill. Just chill till we got something for you. That's what happened with Miro.
Yeah.
It was
I
like,
mean,
yo,
I
bro.
think he was busy anyways, but
Yeah,
it's
but
better
even
than
during
nothing.
that time off, he got re-signed. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that is
So
true.
it was
That is, yeah.
like, yo, we got you. Just take a back seat for a little bit. We got you though. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
When we have something for you, we're gonna call you.
Yeah. That is true.
So I
That
think
is
that's what's happening with him right now. I think right now their key is Brody. I think in a couple months it will be Matthews.
Matthews. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll just see what happens, man. We
Yeah,
gotta,
I just
hopefully it works, but I think still, like it or not, whether he's been on TV or not, they should win the trios belt first.
yeah, and then yeah, I mean,
They've earned
he
it
should.
from the what since they've been together.
I think
In
they're
my opinion,
yeah, I think House of Black has been the most entertaining trios group so far. Not saying like, yeah, they're
100%.
great wrestlers individually and together. People can say
They're an actual
Deleted.
faction.
I agree
They're
with that as
actual
well.
faction.
Yeah, they're
That's what
actual.
it is about them. They're actual faction. Everybody else is just groups that team up together. The
Yeah,
Bucks have a different tag team partner every couple months. If it's not Cole, it's Hangman. If it's not Hangman, it's Kenny. If it's not Kenny, it's Brandon. If it's not you know what I mean?
yeah,
They just fit in whoever they are and no fucking get matching attire for whoever they get. Cool, but it's not a team. You know what I mean? It's just you tagging with your friends.
exactly,
It's not an actual team.
exactly. And
House of Black is an actual faction.
consistently good.
Ah, consistently
Yeah.
makes sense to put them as the first champions.
And I wouldn't be mad if House of Black was the first one because, like you said, they deserved it.
They
They've
deserve
been
it.
consistent, and it would be all. Like, I just hope. I wish Adam Cole was clear because they would have been my choice of winning
That
this
would be
tournament.
sick. That would have been
They would
sick.
because it. They. I know they've have history obviously before WWE together, even though they weren't a group before WWE. I think everyone remembers them and associates them now as a trio ever since Undisputed Era became a thing.
Yeah.
And I think even now after, even though they're undisputed elite or whatever you want to call them, they're still a great trio that fill and mesh well together. If all three were healthy, I think they would be on the same level as House of Black. I'll put them on the same level as House of Black, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that should have been the finals.
Yeah.
And like I said, I would have chosen Adam Cole and his group to win it. That would have been fair for me. As
Would have
that
been
would be a
cool.
great banger of a trios match.
Yeah.
Both of them, yes, they'll be considered heels, but I think Adam Cole's group has played it well together.
Oh yeah, most
Eventually,
definitely.
House of Black will eventually get their time as champions. I don't think they will never win it. I think they'll
Yeah.
eventually will win it, but I think that just Adam Cole and Red Dragon, they just mesh well. I don't know what
No,
it
yeah,
is.
it's
They
a
just
fact.
mesh well. They know each other well. Like I said, they've known each other for years, even way before Ring of Honor and PWG. They just go well together. I just
No,
wish Adam Cole was
it's a
healthy enough to
fact.
be in this
Yeah.
tournament. That's what I want to happen.
Low key, I think they're clear, but
Maybe,
I
hopefully,
think
yeah,
so. Low
hope
key would have been cool, but I still would have. Even if they were healthy, I would have said House of Black. I
maybe,
just think
maybe like out of nowhere, Roderick Strong leaves WWE, pops in for randomly in
was
AEW. No,
crazy.
too far. No, I was too far fetched, but that is
You know how
trying to paint
crazy
the
that would.
picture. I'm trying to make
Nah,
myself
you know
happy.
how crazy that would be if that happened.
No. I don't even know when his
What?
contract is expiring soon. I don't even know if his contract is expiring soon.
I
It
don't
could
know.
be not expiring.
I've heard this man's been asking for a release every couple months,
Yeah,
and they've been
'cause
saying no. Now under Triple H, let's
I
see
don't
what
know.
happens. Let's see what happens.
Maybe I don't know because I agree with that. I would be on the same boat if I were Roderick Strong right now. Your friends are over in AEW. Your wife is
Uh,
over in AEW. Would you not want to go to AEW to be with them?
yeah, I would be
I
like, yo,
would
I'm
too.
out. I'm out.
Yeah.
It just
Not saying like they treated
makes
him
sense.
poorly. It's just your guys over there. You want more of an opportunity.
Yeah, it's like, yo, what are you doing with me right now? The diamond mine? Like,
It's not. That's not. It's a
I
cool.
more and more highlights of NXT, and they're finally growing into matches. But again, it's like, am I gonna really sit down and watch it right now? No. The only guy that got my eye is Escobar, and he
Yes.
just came back.
Yeah.
And
And
why the fuck did he come back? He should have debuted on the main roster. I thought that was the whole point. But no,
yeah.
he's back.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not mad at Diamond Mine. It's just I don't think they have a sense of where it's going over the past couple of years,
Yeah.
or year or two, whatever. But I think, yeah, I agree with you on Santos. I think maybe he will. I think they just wanted him back before to see if he's 100% ready and cleared.
How
I
didn't
don't know.
he come back? Like how did
He
he
must.
not how he came back to NXT and not debut on the main roster attacking Mysterio? I don't understand
Yes,
that. I don't
yes,
understand it.
I would agree with you on that. That would
What?
actually be a great storyline. That would be a perfect storyline. And then that gets them away from Judgment Day. Have Edge do his thing by himself. It's only basically two against one. You can't really hit Rhea. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's basically two against one. He can do it by himself. He's Edge. Just have him go
Yeah.
against Balor, Brood Edge versus Demon Finn. Then Escobar goes up against Ray. And
You know
then
how dope that would have been? But again,
they don't know what they're doing.
back on
I don't know.
NXT, it was
That's a
like
whole different conversation.
it was
So,
like, but it was just like, yo, finally, like this man, he's one of the guys I've been watching that I'm like, yo, he deserves Like the way the quality of the matches he's giving,
Yes.
he should be on the main roster having those quality matches with a Rollins, with an Owens, with a Mysterio. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What are we
He
doing,
should. I
man?
think. I think he will by the end of this year. I think so.
I hope.
That's my prediction. I
I
think he's
hope.
gonna get called up. I think he's
Because
gonna be the next call up because really, besides a Triple H guy, who's really left there besides him and Roderick Strong that's big right now? I can't really
I
name one at the top of my head.
no.
So I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
even know if I would really count him as a Triple H guy. I guess I
he was towards
would.
the end, but he was
Like,
still a Triple
yeah,
H favorite because he's done a lot with him during Black and Gold era.
yeah.
So
But well, what would they do with him? I
yeah,
got so many stuff they could do with him, but will they do it with him? Do they see him in that caliber?
it's the question we got to ask ourselves. Really,
Because
is
I see him as that, but for some reason WWE they don't like good wrestlers. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And he's everything. He's someone that can
entertaining
wrestle. He's a Spanish dude that can talk perfect English, and that's what they said was a problem with Andrade because he had too much of an accent. Like, what? Why
he's
is
got
he
he's
still
got
down there?
he's got people behind him. So he's not the only one that can. Walking Wild, Electro Lopez, they both speak English, perfect
That's what I'm
English.
saying,
They got people who
bro.
can
Like,
talk. And I thought that was the purpose of Electro Lopez too, was to be the mouthpiece. But which is cool anyways in the group, what she's doing. But like they can all benefit like
yeah,
the main roster.
but it's like he's just he's ready.
He is. They're
He's
ready.
what
They are ready.
he
All of them ready.
he's what Andrade should have been.
Yes.
But they were like, this guy has too thick of an accent. People don't understand him. Da da da
Yeah.
da da. Instead of giving him a manager, they say, you know what, we're just gonna bump you down in the card. Instead of giving him a mouthpiece. This man don't need a mouthpiece, and he still has somebody that could cut promos for him. And
he
he don't even
and
need her.
I think he needed her. I think he needed her.
She needed them. She needed the group. The group was already made. She needed them.
Hmm.
Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, I mean
They
it's
were already chilling. They were already chilling. He was already a champion already. They were they were a made faction. And then she joined. Not saying she didn't help them build, but they were already made when she joined.
yeah,
It's like if somebody joined the Shield when they held all the belts. It was like they're already a built faction. Like cool, cool. But they're already a built faction. You don't really need them.
yeah.
Does it add? Yes, but does it? If she goes away, does it subtract? No,
That's a good point. That's a good. I didn't think about it that way. That
right?
was a good.
That's
Yeah,
how you got. That's how you got to be
yeah.
looking at when people are added to factions. If you add them, cool, awesome, adds
But
more. If you subtract them, doesn't make a difference for the. Doesn't
exactly.
make a
Yeah,
difference for the faction. Not really. They were
yeah.
already killing it.
But regardless, I think that they're cool. I think they're cool.
Yeah,
They should.
they need to get called up.
They need to.
They need to get called up.
You know what I'm also thinking might happen?
And they need maybe they're the group that has Dominic
Join.
join them, and then you got a tag team. Escobar is a lead guy going for the world championship, and then somebody going for the secondary belts
And then yeah, women's
as
championship
Dominic
too.
and the women's.
Yeah.
Boom, and that's a real faction. And you got the tag team, the middle guy, the main guy, and the women.
You know what?
Boom.
I'm thinking that they might be putting on more of a tag team division for the women's. Call me crazy, but I think they're I know it's been 1 week. I know. Don't slander this, but I think they're putting an effort, a little bit more effort. Not saying it's going to completely change. I'm not saying it's going to automatically be the best division we've seen, but if you have a stable and a faction, they care about this stuff for the women.
Yeah.
And it's like it's been 1 week, and I think it's gonna get changed. You have Toxic Attraction. I think it's gonna get called up soon too. I think they're gonna be called up to the main roster and eventually compete for the women's tag titles. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference, but I think against Toxic Attraction and Billy's group, and then you have two tag teams already established. That's already
I
something
was
to
gonna
build on.
ask you. You think they're bringing back the tag belts?
I maybe
You think if Sasha and Naomi don't come back, they bring them back?
no. Oh no. Oh no. If they don't
No,
come
right?
back, then if they don't come back, then no. But if they do, then maybe. That's why I say
Got you.
maybe.
Yeah. I
Maybe
think just
that's
make the
what
NXT ones
they should just make that the yeah
inter. I don't even know what you would call it.
yeah
Wrestle interbrand. Fuck it.
yeah
Interbrand. I made a word. It's interbrand. The belts.
interbrand. We just made a word.
The belts are interbrand. Okay. And fuck it.
uh,
They're
they're
on
ready.
NXT, Raw, SmackDown. Cool. I'm
Yeah,
down with it. And the UK. Fuck it. Why not? Let them
exactly,
travel a little
exactly,
bit. Let me
exactly.
get an alert on a. It's on Wednesdays, right? Let me get an alert on
Thursdays, I
Wednesday
think.
after Thursdays.
Yeah,
Let me let me get an alert on a weekday afternoon saying that somebody in the UK took off the NXT women's belts from the champions. That'd be dope.
I wouldn't mind that. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
That was at the time. I will never forget when Samoa Joe won it at a random house show.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yo, Samoa Joe's the new NXT champion. It was like,
What?
there was
Excuse
a,
me?
there was a,
They haven't done
did
that in
I,
a
did
while.
I, did I miss something? Was there a
Yeah,
takeover tonight? Because it happened like randomly. It was like,
yeah.
the fuck? Because I think it was a week, not a weekday, but I think it was like a Thursday night or some shit like that.
It was like during the week. I was like, I
Yeah,
remember
or
you,
maybe like
yeah.
a Friday night. But I remember I got the alert. I was like, Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe. Yeah, they used to do that a lot within like a short period of time or like
The
live events.
NXT. It was cool.
Yeah, and
Cause
then
it
like
was
oh like title
cool.
changes. Title
Cause
changes happen at live
cause it
events.
made the live event
Interesting. I see.
must see. I
Yeah,
gotta go to the live event when it comes to my
exactly.
town. They used to do at MSG. It became MSG. What title is on the line? Cool. They're losing it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then what happened? They lost it. It was cool for the first two times, and then after that, it became predictable. I think that's why they stopped doing it.
yeah,
But do it other places. Go to a random house show in Wisconsin and tell me the Usos lost tag belts.
yeah,
I would be like, what? You know what I mean? What the fuck happened? And then it's to
yeah.
fucking a random ass tag team. I would love that.
Exactly.
I
Maybe it's
would
like an NXT debut on a live
what?
show that would beat the titles for it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know.
I remember I saw a couple title changes, but they never like stood. Like I think it was more, but back in the day it was like there wasn't a lot of like dirt sheets
Yeah.
and social
So you
media. So it
didn't
was
know
like
about event
this
like
was like
pushing
oh
them out.
01, 02. So they
Yeah.
would win at the live event that you would be watching SmackDown and be like,
When did
but
that happen? Yeah.
he just lost.
Exactly.
I was at the house show. He lost the belt. How's he coming out with it? I
Exactly.
forgot it was. I think it was fuck. I'm trying to think who won it. I know it was the Guerreros that won it at the house show. I can't remember who were the champions though. I want to say it was Angle and Benoit. And then
Uh
at the next show that I was watching, Angle and Benoit had the belts, and I was like, but they just lost at the house show that I was at this week. How are they coming out with the belts? But I think it was more of WWE trying to see what kind of reaction will we get if they actually won the belts. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like let's test
Yeah.
it out. Let's see. Let's see if the Guerreros win this house with the belts. How are people gonna react?
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
just would get overturned, and then they would lose it the next house show. You know what I mean? So probably if you were at the Saturday show and they won it, Sunday the Guerreros would come out with the belts and you'd be like, "What the fuck?" And then they would lose it,
Exactly.
and then Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle would be back with the belts by SmackDown. You
Exactly.
know what I mean? So it was
Yeah.
just like one of those that was just like, but I think back in the day it was more of that. There
But
wasn't,
wasn't Tuesdays like a take on Tuesdays?
yeah, but I never went to like a Tuesday show. I always went to
Okay.
the weekend shows. That's
Okay.
why I'm saying they must have just, it was probably just like a tryout. Let's see what kind of reaction we get if these people win the belt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also saw, I forgot who, I think somebody won the cruiserweight belt one show that I went to also. Went to a lot of SmackDown shows when I was younger,
You
just
went to a lot
because
of shows, man. I don't think you're
that was
listening
what
all
I
the
would
title
watch.
changes.
So my dad who came to town, my dad was like, "Yo, not paying all this money for a fucking Raw MSG show. We're going to Long Island to Nassau. We're watching SmackDown. And I
Yeah.
was like, fuck yeah, I'm down for whatever. You could have brought me to an indie show, homie. I'm down.
Yeah.
So we went to a lot of SmackDown shows that was more like that. Like they would just try people out. And
Yeah.
like I think it was Billy Kimmon when he first came in, and I think it was Jamie Noble as champion, and he
Jamie
won the
Noble
belt,
as
and was like,
champion.
"What the fuck?" Billy Kimmon's now the cruiserweight champion, and then back again Thursday night, Jamie Noble had the belt around his waist, and I was like, as a fucking 6, 7 year old, what the fuck? I just saw this dude lose the belt. Why does he have it? So back in
Ah,
the day, it was more like that. Now they can't do that shit because now it's all
it'll be all over the
fucking
social media. Yeah.
yo. He
Everyone
lost
will
the
see it.
belt.
Everyone, yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll be like, yo, it was a mistake. Or then they would have to make an announcement and be like, this person lost at a house show. But
Yeah.
would be more interesting. I think they would get their numbers more up for live events. It
It
would
would.
entice
It
me
would.
more.
Because anything can happen. Now it's like it's always
Anything
subject
could
to.
happen.
Yeah. I
That's
think
what's
it's what's
cool about
confusing
it.
with live events is like it's always the card's subject to change. So it's like, oh, we don't know if you're actually getting this match. So it wouldn't
Yes.
be like official until like the day before or the day
Yeah.
of. So that's
Exactly.
like I
Yeah.
think that's what's holding a lot of people back with live events. It's like we don't know if it's an actual card yet. Yeah, because they always announce that for every live
At
show.
least now they give you the main event.
Yeah,
They'll be like,
that's
oh,
that one. Yeah,
it was just like, yo, SmackDown's coming to town.
yeah.
Not give you nothing. Not give it. It'll just be like, see superstars like Brock Lesnar,
Lesnar. Yeah,
Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero,
yeah.
Edge, Undertaker. They won't tell you no match though. And then you got
Exactly.
there
Exactly.
and it
Yes.
was like, all right, well, who's fucking coming out? You know what I mean? Like, who
Yeah.
they gonna
Who's gonna
fight?
fight? Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
cool like that.
It
At
was.
least
It
now they
was.
give you at least that, like, yo, main event is Roman Reigns versus da da da. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. So it's like you're telling us
so
the
at
match
least it
ahead of time.
entices you a little more.
Yeah.
But I think that hurts it. Just give it. Don't give me nothing. Just be like, yo, we're coming to town. Title might be on the line. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like, do it like that. I think more people would be enticed
It
to
would.
go to live events and be like, yo,
I
what's
want to
gonna
go to more
happen?
live events,
I
but I
would
don't.
love to, but I feel like there's no. I'm like, what's gonna happen at a live event?
Yeah.
That's
That's
how
what
I
I'm
see
saying.
it.
I
I'm
just.
like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna spend. Would I rather spend it for that, or would I rather spend it when they come to town for a pay per view or Raw or SmackDown?
Exactly. Exactly.
It's more like that. Like, cool. They come every Christmas. Around Christmas, they come to MSG.
Yeah.
Cool Christmas gift to get somebody. It's a
Yeah.
very easy gift to get somebody. But nah, you know nothing's happening. You know,
Exactly.
I'm gonna see some names, but you can get a lot of like fucking. I don't want to shit on nobody. I was gonna say random matches that nobody gives a fuck about. You see fucking Humberto versus Humberto Garza versus fucking I don't know.
Viking Raiders. I don't know.
Yeah, like fucking matches. I'm like, I could just
Yeah.
I could put this on
I
2K
can
and let
see
the
that on
computer play.
2K22.
You know what I
That's all
mean?
I can
Yeah, like
see.
let the computer play. I could watch this shit for
Yeah.
free.
You
But
really.
it's like that they just put a lot of
They don't, yeah, put
matches
random
that
people
no
together.
one
I get that too. I
cares.
understand. Like, I think you're right in the terms of like announce who's gonna be there. Then it'll be like, okay, now it's a surprise on who's facing who.
Yeah,
So that makes a
because
difference.
now it's just like randomly. Back then,
Yeah,
it used to be like a SmackDown to a Raw tour.
yeah,
I think now it's just them mixed up. They'll
hmm
still have Raw and SmackDown matches, but it's not as strict as
It was one. It was once.
yeah,
Yeah,
because you knew who you were gonna see at the show. Now there's two different tours, I think. So now there's a A and a B. So now what show are you getting? So that's why they have to at least give you the main event. So
yeah.
you at least know the stars that are gonna be there. Back then it was just like Raw SmackDown. Who you rather see?
I remember those. I remember those.
Yeah.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was one big one I went to. I always remember it that it was supposed to be a Raw show. And I don't know what happened. They announced it was at MSG. They announced like minutes before. They were like, this is now a super show.
What the fuck?
And it started off with Triple H coming out to the ring, talking his shit that was during the Reign of Terror. And we were like, what the fuck does a super show mean? And then all of a sudden, Brock Lesnar's music hit and he came out with Paul Heyman while he was champ. So it was the
Yeah.
two champs interacting. And everybody was like, what the fuck is
Now it's a
going
super
on?
show.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was
Now
like,
it's a
what
super
the
show.
fuck? So that's cool. But
Yeah,
when you got two different shows and you don't know who you're gonna see, kind of sucks.
it does. Yeah, yeah. I understand.
Gotta like spice it up a little bit, man.
Makes it
Make
make
so
it put like random
yeah.
people. You know what I want to
I'm
see?
telling you, a title change out of random. Don't make it MSG. Don't make it Chicago. Do a random event in like a fucking. I'm trying to think like a Seattle,
Nashville. Yeah,
Washington,
yeah, Seattle,
or
Washington.
you know what I mean, a Washington D.C., a Boston show. Yo, somebody lost the belt. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
it'll be like, whoa, what? They lost. Like, I just
yeah,
use the Usos because that's a big name.
yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
know, the world champion's never gonna change on
Oh,
a
of course not. Of
house
course
show,
not.
but at least a tag belt would be like, what?
Yeah,
After this long reign they're having, they had them lose at a house show. Now
exactly.
house shows become more
Important than
must
usual.
see,
Yeah,
and then it would be cool if a pay per views happen Sunday. If a title changes on Saturday. And then on Sunday, they gotta explain, yo, well, last night, here's a clip from the house show in fucking Missouri where the Usos lost the tag belt. So now they won't be in this match. Or
yeah,
now it's a triple threat match. You know what I mean? And then it
yeah.
makes it more like, oh shit,
What
what?
happened? Yeah,
What
yeah.
the hell? I gotta go to the next live show when they come to town.
Exactly,
It makes it more like that. See, man,
exactly.
I'm a businessman.
We're
Come
predicting live events if we ever
on.
got to one. Yeah,
Put me in charge of live events. I gotcha. What?
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
make that. I'll make ticket sales go up. No, I have to run these little rinky dink buildings no more.
yeah,
We, it's a sellout MSG every time when I'm booking.
yeah. You predict you're putting up you're putting up match cards for
I'm
live
like, I would be the one to go far though. I
going
would
beyond.
have a champion just lose like a world champ, not like a historic reign like Reigns is having now, but like let's say whoever beats him, right? McIntyre, because we know what's happening. Fucking McIntyre, just like in January, like the week before Royal Rumble.
Loses the
AJ
belt.
Styles beat McIntyre in the house show, and now he's the champion. What the fuck is happening? I would go super far like that, and they'll be like, "Yo, homie, come over here. We can't let you book
You're
house shows
fired,
no
buddy.
more.
You're fired. You're
You
fired.
went
You
overboard. You went
hell yeah,
overboard. You moved a world champ.
yeah.
That's cool back in the day. Like I remember, that's what Diesel won at a house show, and they had to explain it on Raw. But of course, it was an MSG show. But back then there was nothing. So it was just like, yo, Raw open up. Guess who fucking
In
is
what?
champ now? You know what I
The
mean? It's
most
just
random
start off
person
with
you
that.
didn't
Yeah.
expect winning it. It's
I'm
like,
gonna
what the
look for the
fuck
clip,
happened?
I'm gonna send it to you. And it's them
Yeah.
just explaining.
Yeah.
Diesel, here's a clip.
He's
Diesel
like,
won the WWF championship over the weekend at a house show. And it was just like, oh, that's like that must have been like dope at the time, but then also like I want to see Diesel's first champion win. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
That's different though. You want to if it's like an
A
AJ Styles
first
who
is
we've seen it,
different.
but then it's
A
yeah,
first is different, but like I think a world title could change. Fuck it, why not?
yeah.
Make it happen, man.
Hire this man for live events if you need a live
Hire me, bro.
event.
People would hate me because then they would be like, they'll be tight if they pay for a show and nothing happens. They'll be like, I
Exactly.
just wasted my money for nothing. I'll be like, but you had a good
Exactly.
time, and expectations were high. Expectations were
Exactly.
high. You
Exactly.
thought something was gonna happen.
But nothing happened.
Now you gotta come to the
You would
next one because maybe something will happen at the next one. You never
yeah.
know.
Maybe it'll be explained in the next live event. You don't know.
Exactly,
Drive
man.
across the country and find out. Maybe you'll find
People be fucking
uh
livid.
yeah.
I got to see this random ass Humberto. You gave me Humberto, and the night before you let them see fucking Dolph Ziggler win the IC belt or some shit.
Yeah, Robert
Like
Roode comes back and I didn't see it. It's like what the fuck is
fucking
it?
Bobby Roode came back and won the United States champion at a house show.
Uh
Clean.
yeah,
Yo, that shit would be funny.
it would be. It would.
Fucking Theory loses money in the bank, and then he loses the briefcase
To
at a house
Otis.
event.
Yeah, it's random people. Uh
Like Santos Escobar beat Austin Theory. You know, be just putting bad people
you would
over.
do that. You would do that.
I would do
You would
shit.
do that. That was
I'm
something
like,
actually in a book.
I would put fucking Rey Mysterio on Owens. I'll put my fucking Brian Myers streak at fucking house shows.
Doesn't win
People
a
will be
match.
people will be like, "Yo, is it just me or does he
You
only
lose
win
every
on
match.
TV? Does he only
Yeah.
win on TV? Who the hell is booking house shows?" I'm just in the back behind the curtain, like,
No
yeah,
one knows it's me.
1, 2, 3, bye, Ray.
Bye, Ray.
Nah,
Yeah.
man.
I
But
guess. I
yeah,
guess. Yeah.
yeah.
What
I
was it?
think that we just ranted for like the last.
Yeah.
Well,
We just.
I ranted for like the last 10 minutes
Yeah. You.
talking about how I should book house shows.
Yeah. For real. For real. You just went in. I was like, let him
just,
talk about his
just
live
start
events.
talking bad shit. Yo, just start changing
Hey,
belts.
low key, I kind of
Fuck it.
I ended it a while ago. I just didn't tell you. Like, yeah.
Ended it at the hour point. We're an hour and a
Yeah,
half. We
like
just
we
like
were done, bro.
right
Not
after
like it was in the
right after
podcast
we
this week.
talked about fuck. Right after we talked about Escobar, he said, "Boop." Didn't even
Yeah,
notice. He did an outro and everything. And I
like
was just
it's
ranting.
next week already. We
He
already
just
did it next
he
week.
just muted my shit, and I'm
Yeah,
talking. He was like,
you're
"Well,
gonna hear
thank
it
you for
tomorrow.
listening
Like
to the Ring
all of it.
Fanatics."
Yeah, next tomorrow you're not gonna hear yourself the entire ending. It's like
They're
we don't
like,
know what you're
"Yo,
talking
did you cut the episode?"
about. It's just me just talking at the end. You don't even hear yourself. It's like I just voice over everything.
It's just, and you just see a full screen of Nick. Well, thank you for listening to
Yeah,
the Ring Fanatics. We went a little bit overboard,
yeah. But
but
we
yeah,
can
man, we're done.
yeah,
We're done.
yeah, we're done here. We're done here. Subscribe to us if you're not subscribed to us already. Give this episode a like, comment. And on
Yes,
YouTube,
sir.
Gina will be back next week, or
Woo!
next episode. So tune in for her. She'll be back with us. I am Nick, your host. With me is Joel. This has been episode 84, and we'll see you guys next time.
Catch you.